All right, today we're gonna be talking about how I went from 10K per month to 50K per month dropshipping, how I scaled my branded dropshipping store from 10K a month to 50K. Now, the lighting doesn't hit too well, but I had a huge gym session this morning. But later on I'll wear the video because I've got the window open, some air is coming in, airco is on, so it's probably gonna get cold in a bit. But we're gonna be talking about how I went from 10K to 50K, the changes I made, the changes you guys can make, and how to actually implement them into your business so you can get there. Now, for the guys that don't know, I've done over, a couple million now in sales. I've got the Shopify Black. I'm too lazy to pull it. Go look at the other videos, you'll see it. What else? Right now, we're running multiple six figures. You guys know it, just go check out the other videos. No need for me to explain all of this right now. But I've got my Red Bull, so we're gonna get it. We're going to be talking about how you can go and implement the things that I've implemented or the changes that I've made to actually hit that 50K a month or actually scale from 10K to 50K a month. Now, the most important thing from 0 to 10K, what it comes down to is, in my opinion, I genuinely seriously believe this, it's your mindset. Now, I believe when you go from 0 to 10K, a lot of you guys have a lot of limiting beliefs. And with a lot, I mean a shit lot of limiting beliefs. And the way to eliminate them, and the only thing you can do to actually get from 0 to 10K is, no matter even if you follow a proven strategy, even if you follow everything right, if the limiting beliefs are still there, I seriously, genuinely believe it's probably not going to happen as fast, or it's probably not going to happen for some of y'all. And what I mean with this is, a lot of you guys are genuinely putting yourself down with, oh, you can't make money online. You've never seen any money come through online. So you just put everything down. Everything is a scam. Every opportunity you see literally as a scam, right? And I've talked about this before, and I genuinely believe this because there's so many people out there. If I just look at it, I'm in a high-rise apartment-ish. I'm not in Miami. I'm in Romania. But I'm in a high apartment. I can see a lot of people just walking down. I can see a lot of cars driving past, etc. But every single day, I can see people just walk past, and I know that in their mind, if I were to tell them that they can make money sitting behind a desk, just clicking a few buttons, they would tell me you're crazy. They would tell me no, it doesn't exist. No, never mind. I'll keep doing my job. That is the limiting beliefs a lot of these people have. Now, a lot of you guys don't have this, which is also why this video is not about how to go from 0 to 10K. It's also about 10K to 50K. But if you're at 10K already, you already probably have had a little mindset shift, and you need to take that mindset shift even further to get to 50K a month. Now, I'm not going to talk about some gay mindset bullshit that a lot of people talk about, like Luke Belmar, connect, or, oh, you think, bro, fuck out of here. Ain't gonna do that. You guys know me. I'm off the energy because I've got black coffee here, done. I had an iced coffee, double espresso, done. Got my Red Bull. I'm tweaking. Too much caffeine. I'm telling you guys. I'm cooked. Literally. Hairline is a bit chopped right now. Need to put something in my hair. But getting back to the topic, I digress. So, going from 10K to 50K a month, you already have had a mindset shift. Now, the first thing that I want you guys to want to get into is, I'm going to get into practical stuff later about testing out, but you get the point. But the first thing you need to do already is to change your mindset when you are at 10K a month. Now, what you need to do and what you need to implement into your mindset is knowing that it's already going to be there, knowing that it's already there for you. Now, for example, I've had this right now with my stuff, where I'm right now looking to make 500K a month. And in my mind, I've already made 500K a month. I'm already making it. Same thing with the car you want, for example. You need to have such high self-confidence, and your mind has to be like, you already have it in your mind, right? It's basically, there's no difference between you closing your eyes, sitting behind the wheel, and then, I don't know, whatever car you like, Mercedes, Ferrari, Lambo, whatever, right? And then you can hear your Shopify notifications come in. You know you're doing 50K a month, etc., etc. This, it needs to be like a second reality to you, as if it's already there, as if it's already real. Now, it goes way deeper. It's the same thing with your subconscious cannot make the differentiation if you close your eyes and heavily visualize if something is real or not. So if you genuinely visualize that you are holding a Lamborghini steering wheel, for example, your brain, your subconscious cannot make the difference between that being a reality or fake. So it can see it as reality, right? That's the idea, law of attraction, all this stuff. I'm not going to go too much into it, but the idea with that, we can also apply to going from 10K to 50K a month. Now, what I mean with this is 50K for you needs to already be there. It's not a goal. It's not something you have to accomplish, you got to get to. You're already there. It's just time that needs to catch up. Now, I know it sounds mumbo jumbo. I know this. I sound like Luke Belmo right now, probably. I know. But what I seriously mean with this, what it comes down to, by knowing you already have it, you have so much self-confidence that nothing can stray you off that path of going to that 50K a month. And that is the first thing I want you guys to implement, is that unwavering self-confidence that you're gonna get there, that you are already there, right? It's just a matter of time until your store catches up to it. It's just a matter of time until a couple videos take off, until a couple products you test take off, right? But you already have it. That is the idea. You have so much self-confidence that it doesn't slip out your hand, because I've seen it before, and I've had shitloads of people of it. When you start doing a little bit of money online, like 10K, you genuinely get comfortable. A lot of you guys do, and then a couple of days it doesn't go well, and then you hesitate. You're like, oh, it doesn't go well. Oh, am I doing this wrong? Am I doing this wrong? Oh, like it's not going well. Oh, it's going shit. I'm losing a bit of money, this and that. And then you just let go of all of it. And that's the first thing you gotta get away, because if you never let go, you can always get to that 50K a month. But if you let go, probably not gonna get there. But let's get into the meat. Pause. Let's get into the meat of it. So the first thing that I did to go from 10K a month to 50K a month was my testing. The way I tested, how much I tested, and I would also say why I tested certain stuff. So the first thing, the way I tested, for example, I'll just give the explanation for both normal dropshipping and branded dropshipping. With normal dropshipping, you're going to test more products. With branded dropshipping, you're going to test more creatives. Now, the creatives part is the hard part for branded dropshipping. But with normal dropshipping, what you need to do from 10K to 50K a month, and it goes also for branded, you need to keep doing the same shit. You're not going to have to do anything creative, anything stupid crazy to get to 50K a month. It's nothing like weird, or it's nothing out of the ordinary that you need to do to get there. If you already got from 0 to 10K a month in revenue or profit, doesn't really matter. You only need to just replicate what you did, do more of it to get to the 50K. Now, with testing on the normal product side for normal dropshipping, right, general dropshipping, let's call it, what you need to be doing is look what products worked for you before. So if you know, for example, okay, you had 3 products. One was a dress, one was jeans, one was shoes. Who the fuck knows? The dress went the best for you, had the most profit, made you the most revenue, etc., etc. Instead of going out there testing more jeans or more shoes or tops or fucking jackets, test more dresses. You already got success with it. No point in trying to switch something up to try. There's no point in it. You already have success with something. There's no need for you to go out and do something else. If you go to you never change your winning team. Imagine in football, basketball, you have LeBron James. He's scoring 40, 60 points okay, 60 is a bit crazy. 20 to 40 points a game, right? Are you going to sub him off and not let him play for a very long time? No. You're going to put him in every fucking game. Same thing with football. If you have Messi and Ronaldo on your team, what are you going to do? Fucking not start them? You're going to start those motherfuckers. They're the best fucking players, right? They're doing the most money for you. They're making you the most money. Same thing with the dresses. If dresses are making you money, test more type of dresses. Test the same type of dress that looks the same. Was it a, I don't know, floral dress? Test more floral dresses. Maybe that was the case. Maybe it was the video you had. Test more the type of video that dress had. You have to test and double down on what already works and just do more of that, right? And the reason we do this is, I basically already explained it. If something is making you money, the chance of it making more money for you, again, if you try a different product or try a product that is very similar to it, or a creative that is very similar to it, or even better, both a product that's very similar and a creative that's very similar to something that already made you fucking money, chances are you're probably going to make more money again. It's fucking common sense. Now, the only reason or the only way or the only place where a change would occur, or where you would have to do a little bit different, is with branded dropshipping. Now, when it comes down to branded drop, this is for the normal dropshipping part. You need to test what already works, test more of what already works, and go double the fuck down on that, right? Who the fuck knows? Maybe you can build this out to a dress brand. Who knows? In the end, with branded dropshipping, it comes down to more creative testing. You already have a product. Now, if you did 0 to 10K with one product in branded dropshipping, it's probably a good product. So keep using that product, right? That's one thing. So what you need to do when you have a good product with branded dropshipping is you need to focus on the creators. Now, if you did 0 to 10K with branded dropshipping, then you probably have a good product. You also have an angle already. Now, what it does come down to with branded dropshipping is that you need to do a bit different, but still the same ish. Now, when you found an angle, let's say you're selling dresses, but has a unique selling point, which is basically you have like from the knee until the knees, it's like a legging there, right? Those tennis dresses. Let's take that. Now, if that's the case, and you did an angle where you were like, this is the best thing for the tennis girlies or whatever, and that goes the best, double down on that. That is what you need to do with branded dropshipping. And same goes with branded dropshipping with finding more angles. Of course, you keep searching for more angles, but try to get more closer to the angle you already got something going at. So instead of naming it tennis girlies, go to padel girlies. I don't fucking know. Or instead of that, just showcase how someone can use it like in the gym or in running or something along those lines, right? So they are all basically in the same segment, but it's different sub-segments of it. It's basically all in sports. Tennis, padel, gym, running, whatever, all sub-segments of each other, right? So if you have a product and if you have an angle that is already working well, focus on that angle. Don't try to test out fucking different angles like, oh, fucking tennis skirt because of how good it looks on fashion or streetwear. Has no point, has nothing to do with whatever worked for you before. Try to go into whatever worked for you before, sub-segment out of that, right? Another example I'll give you guys. So for example, let's say I have the t-shirt. You're running it's from, where is it from? Muscle Duty, right? It's a nice t-shirt. So let's say you have a t-shirt brand, right? What you can do is you have an angle where you used it where someone as an entrepreneur was wearing it. Now what you need to do, sub-segment off of entrepreneurs, right? So you can basically sub-segment in a way where it's location. So you can sub-segment like entrepreneurs like this. You won't really find Miami motherfuckers wearing this. You'll find more European people wearing this, right? So you sub-segment off of those people. So what you're going to do, you're going to look at what type of people wear them, where these type of people wear them, right? And then you're going to base your creatives off of that and then just basically work those out further and go down that. Now, whole rabbit hole, no need for me to go into that. But basically, keeping whatever worked for you and testing more of whatever worked is what's going to get you the most amount of money from 10K to 50K a month. Now, second point I've actually written out points for you guys. Like the last videos, I'm actually writing out points. So it's a bit clear what the fuck I'm going to talk about. Because I've talked so much about everything, I don't know what to talk about anymore. I've literally put so many videos out there, like all of it like explains everything you need to do in business, in branded dropshipping or normal dropshipping. I don't have any videos to talk about anything anymore, so I have to write out what the fuck I'm going to talk about. Now, what I am going to be talking about is, the second point is output. Now, when it comes down to 10 to 50K a month, what you need to do more, this is going to be a short point by the way. What you need to do more is do way more of whatever the fuck you were doing before, like I said before, but you need to just put out so much more. If you were testing 3 to 5 creatives a day, test out 20. 4x, 4 times more. If you were testing 5 products a day, test out 20. 15 products a day. Who gives a shit? You'll find a new product that's going to work for you faster. You can scale that up way faster and get to your end result way faster, which is 50K a month. Now, I say this also from a position where it's going to open and remove your limiting beliefs. So, a way I use this also in my coaching. Once a student of mine has a good product, for example, I did this with Kevin, I did this with Michiel. I've also done this recently with another boy inside of our coaching. So what we do, very simply said, once we have a good product, Sinel was his name. Once we have a good product, we try to scale that as hard as we can. Now the reason being is if you hit a 1K day, right? Getting to 5K is kind of a crazy step. Now, usually you build up over time, but let's say you can go from 1K to 5K in one single day. A lot of people won't recommend you to do this. I will get you to 5K the next day. Now, might be the day afterwards, we'll go back down to 1K again. Who gives a shit? The idea is if you go from 1K to 5K a day, because you put out so much more, because we launched so many more fucking campaigns, so many more fucking creators, which is what we do. We copy the winning campaigns, we launch them horizontally, vertically, scale them the fuck up. Whatever we need to do, it doesn't really matter. We'll do it for you to get to those 5K days, 2K days, 3K days, just to hit that all-time high. And the reason why I do this is when you see 5K on your fucking dashboard, the first time you'll see that, you'll be like, What the fuck is this? This is literally my 2 month salary. This is literally my 1 month salary. This is my paycheck in one day. And the whole idea is when you see that, it opens your eyes. And what is going to happen afterwards is, first of all, your limiting beliefs of this shit actually being able to go and scale that high is going to get removed. So you're going to be thinking to yourself, okay, I can actually go even higher than that. And second of all, it's going to put a baseline there. You're going to be like, fuck, I've hit 5K now. I don't want to do 2K anymore. Same thing with the gym. Once you hit 100 kilograms on the bench, 225 for the Americans watching this. Once you hit 225 on bench, you don't want to hit, I don't know, fucking 200 pounds anymore. You don't want to go 90 kilograms anymore. It's like, am I a pussy now to go 90? You want to keep going up. You want to keep going to 110 kilograms or to 250 pounds, right? 300 pounds or 120 kilograms, 130 kilograms. Right? You want to keep fucking progressing for yourself. And what the day that you try to hit that 5K day in that sense, or try to hit the 100 kilogram bench or 225 bench again, and you can't hit it, you're going to be like, fuck, you're going to get pissed off. And you're going to work harder towards it. And that is my whole idea and my whole ideology behind scaling people up to 5K or to 10K in one single day. Just for why the fuck not? Because it's going to open your mindset with the limiting beliefs. It's going to remove all of those. And it's going to put a baseline. Because you're going to now feel like every day that you ain't doing 5K, you're going to feel shit. You're going to feel like, I ain't living up to my potential anymore. I've done 5K. I know it's possible. Why the fuck am I not getting there? How am I going to get there again? I need to do 5K again. That's how I feel. That's how I felt. Now, not with 5K, of course. Those are rookie numbers. Because we do that on a daily almost. Right? But you get the idea. That is how you need to move, at least in my opinion, with your output. You put out so much, you can literally hit a record day. And then that record day is what you can always strive towards. And this is also what is going to allow for you to get to. Once you hit 10K a day, you know it's possible. So getting there again is not gonna be as hard. Famous and very, very good example of this, I believe, Olympic record. I don't know if it was Usain Bolt or someone else. The Olympic record for sprinting 100 meters or 200 meters or 500, whatever meters. Who gives a shit anyway? There was a record in the Olympics which was not broken for 60 years, right? 60 fucking years or 80 years. Don't fucking quote me. I don't give a fuck about how many years it is. Long amount of time, right? It gets broken once in 2010, 2000 somewhere, right? Then in the upcoming 10 years, it got broken 4 or 5 times. So it's the same idea of like, shit, you got to the 10K, it's like, okay, I can get there again. Not that hard, right? If you ask any millionaire out there or any billionaire out there, like, oh, if you went to zero right now, would you be able to get all of your money back in a year? Yeah. Not that hard. You already know how to do it. You already got there already. So you know how to do it. So this is coming down to putting out so much that you can achieve higher and that you can also actually go super, super high. Now, the third point that I'm going to be talking about is virtual assistants. Now, give me a second here. Because I got a message from someone, wifey. I had to quickly check. Now, before I actually go into the third point is going to be about your first employee. Virtual assistant, right? We're gonna get into it now. Let me have a little sip here. Ooh, that's fizzy. Ooh. Anyways, third point, virtual assistant. Now, when you're doing 10K a month, how much is 10K a month in a day? I don't even know. Should be like 300 in a day. Damn, I look skinny like this. I ain't skinny. 300 in a day, okay? Depending on your product. If you got a high AOV, you're going to probably be, not needing too much of a virtual assistant. But when you're doing 10K a month, or when you're at 10K and you want to get to 50K, one thing I can genuinely recommend you guys is to have a virtual assistant. Now, reason why I say this, extremely simple, and very straightforward, and you fucking need it also. It's going to lower so much of stress for you, and it's going to give you so much more time that you can work with, and most importantly, in my opinion, it's going to get you out of a negative mindset or negative space, right? Now, first virtual assistant, by the way, that you're gonna get is gonna be for emails. Don't get a fucking virtual assistant for anything else. If you're doing 10K, 300 a day, don't hire any fucking other person. Do the hard work first. Don't be a pussy. So you would probably hire the first one to be a I would say to be a email customer support person, right? Go to onlinejobs.ph, go to Upwork, try to look for it there. Type in dropshipping VA or dropshipping or dropship or branded dropship, depending on what you do. Dropship, branded dropship, virtual assistant, or dropship, branded dropship, email support or customer support. Anything along those lines work. Now, hire someone, get on a call with them, interview them, see if they have lots of time. So also ask about their hobbies and shit. I always recommend this. And reason why I recommend this, funny story actually, is when I was working at a sushi place. I worked there for since I was 14 or something. Yeah, since I was 14 until 18-ish. So 4 to 5 years, right? And what happened was this. So there was the boss. Yeah, I won't leak his name. I won't leak the place or anything. But there was the boss, and there was a boss, which was a woman, which was actually the boss, and her husband was like basically with her. But the woman was more like the boss of the whole place. She was basically the owner of it, and the husband was like basically helping along, and they were working there together, right? Now, usually, the woman basically the woman boss would hire everyone. So if someone would come in, she would be the one asking questions, she would be doing the interviews with them, etc., etc. Now, when it came down to that, when she hired some people, a lot of the time they were unavailable. So they had times where it was, for example, like that someone had football on a Saturday, or they had to go training throughout the week, Tuesday, Thursday, all the guys on Monday and Wednesday, blah blah, and she hired them, and in the end they couldn't come to work on some days or a lot of days, right? Which was because of their football. Or on Saturdays they were supposed to start at 5, but on when you do football, when you go to football, the time changes. Sometimes you have football at 10 a.m. in the morning, sometimes you have it at 3 p.m. If you have it at 3 p.m., you're gonna be later to work, which is a liability for them. Now, when it came to the guy, the man that was the boss also there, he also did like a couple interviews, I believe, and he told me about it. Basically, we were talking about it, and I asked him a couple questions like, "What do you ask? What do you ask on such an interview? Like, what are you looking for?" Because I'm always curious, always trying to learn more. I also asked the woman boss same thing, right? I'm trying to like figure out what are they looking for, because I genuinely don't remember what the fuck they asked me. No, they didn't even ask me, I believe, because I got in there through my brother, and then it was like they needed someone. I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just work." 15, 16, 14, I don't remember how old I was, but the idea is the man was basically asking and looking for if they had a hobby or if they had any sports like that. Because he knew if they had it, Saturday or Sunday, they would probably be late to work. Because usually when you have football, when you have sport, hockey, whatever sport you play, it's going to be throughout the day, throughout Saturday or Sunday, that you have to have a match that you're going to go to. So it would be like 3 p.m. you're going to be playing. It's going to be, you're done at more, maybe like 5 p.m. and you still have to go to the place, right? And a lot of the times it's not even in your hometown, so you have to go to another city. So imagine you go to another city, from there you have to travel to work. It's like, you're going to be late. And he sees it as a liability, and he keeps that in mind. He was like, I always look at these type of things. I try to figure out if someone has that, because if someone has that, that's less qualified for me, right? For him at least. And the way I thought about that, and I actually applied that into my own business, I was like, damn, that's actually smart as fuck. If someone has so much to do every single time, or if they've got, I don't know, fucking reading classes or piano classes, ballet, this, blah, 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 whatever the fuck they have, I'm gonna be like, okay, you got too much shit going on in life. Do you have the time you genuinely promised me you have to be doing the work for me? And a lot of the times when they say, yeah, I have it, I can do it, they can't, right? So when it comes down to your first hire, gonna be a virtual assistant for customer support, email support, right? Look into those things and try to figure it out on the slide. Like, oh, do you have any hobbies, right? Try to figure out a bit on the slide. Now, when you get a bit further in business, you're gonna have a bit more of a systematic approach to it. Instead of, at 10K a month, you don't have to be too, oh, how are you doing today? You don't have to be fucking professional, bro. You're doing 10K, you're doing 300 a day. You ain't doing shit. Calm the fuck down, right? So that's that. Also, a couple things I would just advise. Be careful with hiring. And the reason why I said it is exactly the point that I just mentioned to you. Be fast with hiring. Don't be like, oh, okay, I have 6 people. Who should I choose? You're doing 300 a day. Doesn't fucking matter. Choose someone. You're gonna learn. Someone ain't gonna do their work. Be quick with firing them. If they don't do the work correctly, be quick with firing, right? Don't feel emotionally attached, just the same way as products. Don't get attached to products. Don't get attached to employees. Now, it's a different case if your employees are performing, but I don't know, something's going on in their personal life or whatever the fuck it may be, right? Then of course talk it out, try to see what's going on. But majority of the times, be quick with firing and be careful with hiring. Is how I always say it. Now, the reason why I say be careful is not in a way where it's gonna be gay. Again, don't be gay. One thing, fourth tip, I'm gonna go into it right now. In business, when you want to go from 10K to 50K a month, don't be gay. Back to the third point, with the virtual assistant. Be careful with hiring in the sense where you don't hire someone that doesn't have the time, that doesn't have the experience, that are lying to you about their experience or lying to you about what the fuck they've done before. And the best way the best way you can actually neglect those things or go about those things is get on the call and have your questions be about them, right? Explain about yourself first, explain about their things first, and try to see also how they would react to certain stuff. So if someone genuinely has experience in customer support, tell them or ask them a question on the interview, for example, like, how would you react to this situation? Or if this would happen with a customer, what would you say to them? If they're going to be like, they don't know what the fuck to say, then you know someone is lying about their experience. Or if they are actually giving you a fucking amazing reply where like, okay, I'll fuck with that, right? Or if they're talking about, for example, when you do the refunds, you usually don't go full refund, and she's like, oh, I would offer them this, I would offer them a discount, sir, I would offer them a 25% this, I would offer them this, Then you're like, okay, if this is the way you do it, I'm not saying that's how I do it or that someone else do it. If that's the way you do it, basically with discounts, if someone wants a refund, you're like, oh, we can't refund because of this, get a discount, whatever. Or if she's like, someone wants a refund, you're like straight away, yeah, sure. If that's your policy, if that's the way you go about it, then you're like, all right, this chick knows, this guy knows, hire them, or continue with the conversation, hire them, right? That's the first thing. And the reason why you also need to hire a virtual assistant, you're gonna not have, or at least for customer support, you're gonna not have to read those emails. Now, I've talked about this before. I ain't emotional, but if people are gonna be talking about where the fuck their order is 2 hours after ordering, it pisses me off. Just shut up. 2 hours. I've had people 1 hour or a couple minutes like, oh, when is my order gonna arrive? Or where is my order? Literally 2 hours after ordering, people are like, where is my order? Not even when is it gonna arrive? Could you give me an explanation? Look, could you give a detailed time? Where is my order? As if the motherfucking is expecting it. Crazy. As if it's like fucking food delivery, bro. I've had it, but that pisses me off. Now, that's the reason why I don't do it ever again, and I'm not gonna do it. But that was the only time where I was genuinely gonna like tweak the fuck out, and I was gonna be like, oh, I wanted to reply very badly, like isn't like shut the fuck up. That's how I would reply. Also, to me, it's like very, very logical. You know, if you order now, don't fucking expect it straight away if the store doesn't say it straight away. If the store says, okay, you buy now, you get it tomorrow, all right, you can expect it tomorrow. If the store says you buy now, no expectation date, don't have a fucking expectation date. That's how I go about it, right? If I order something on Amazon and says, oh, it'll arrive July fucking 30th, it's 21st right now. All right, I'll expect it the 30th. I'm not going to be thinking like, oh, where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Why is it not arrived yet? 2 hours from now. So, that's also why. I don't know if any motherfuckers of you are struggling with this. It's just one funny story. I never really struggled with it. I just had one person just piss me the fuck off because they said, where the fuck is my order? 2 hours after ordering. And that shit stuck with me forever when I was doing emails and everything myself. Now, those are those points. It just gets you out of that stress. It gets you out of that negativity, etc. You don't have to read people's emails where they're like complaining all the time. It doesn't piss you off. At least that email pissed me off. So that's a good point. Now, the fourth point. It's going to be last point. I don't have to go into more anymore. Now, let me have another sip. Fourth point is going to be about your supplier. I feel like the camera is extremely dark today. The lights are on. Light is coming here. I feel like the camera ain't getting my... I need to gain more weight. I've been so locked in the trenches right now that I've literally not been eating too much. Look at this. This looks so skinny, dude. But I ain't skinny. Just so you motherfuckers know. I'm like 85, almost 85 kilograms. 183, 182. That is, I don't know how many kilograms it is. Americans, search it up yourself. I ain't gonna search it up. Anyways, fourth point is gonna be supplier. But before I go into that, I need a Red Bull. I don't know who the fuck made this shit. But greatest invention. One of the greatest. Only few would know. Anyways. To go from 10k a month to 50k a month, what you also need is probably a change of supplier. When you're watching this, you also need to be handling stuff differently with your supplier, and also trying to lower prices with your supplier. Now, I had this when I got started. I had a shit supplier. Damn, this shit is getting me going. I had a shit supplier. 2 reasons why I had a shit supplier. 1, that motherfucker was way too expensive. I did not go to another supplier because I believed in the idea of you need to build a very, very strong connection with the supplier. You need to only stick to one, blah, blah, blah. I believe in that. Well, it is true. You need to build a strong connection with the supplier, because when you build a strong connection with the supplier, usually they give you extras. Usually they give you lower price. Usually they prioritize you over other people, right? But these motherfuckers, first of all, a lot of these suppliers charge in dollars, right? USD. Perfect. These motherfuckers were given the price in euros, and they were lying about their commission, right? Because I figured it out later. What they were saying, for example, a dress would be, let's say 12 euros. They would say basically the product price is like 4 euros or 6 euros, and then the shipping would be 5 euros 40 cents. And their commission, they would also put it there like, oh, our commission, or like, I don't know, what they would take would be like 0.60 cents. And then you couldn't be like, oh, lower the prices. Then you're like, oh, these motherfuckers making only 60 cents. Like, you feel kind of bad for them. Now, I didn't feel bad, but it's like, you could feel bad, but you ain't gonna try to lower the price. You're like, I mean, motherfuckers only making 60 cents anyways. It was a huge fucking lie nonetheless. When I got started. That was one. Fucking hell, I just remembered. When I got started, my first, I believe, until my first, I don't know how many, first 10, 20k, probably, maybe even like 30k, I fulfilled with AliExpress. Don't go AliExpress. Skip that shit. They're overcharging the fuck out of you. I missed out so much money with that. Same thing with these suppliers. They were basically charging me in euros while everyone charges in dollars. Now, when I found out other suppliers, they gave me lower prices and in dollars. Mind you, 1.2 USD, 1.18 USD is 1 euro, right? So 1 euro would be, $1 would be like 0.9 euros. So when you charge more in euros, you make more in USD because the euro is stronger. I don't know if that's like logical. I can't really explain it. Currency is always like a mind fuck to me too. But you get the point. Euro is stronger. So when you charge 1 euro, you get 1.2 USD. When you charge 12 euro, you probably get something like 14, 15 dollars, right? So motherfuckers were overcharging the fuck out of me in that sense, in currency. So that's 1. 2, they were overcharging me with the prices, right? So you always need to, and I was not trying to negotiate too much with them because I didn't really give that much of a shit. Because I was doing low numbers, I didn't try to. Always fucking negotiate. Even if it's 2 sales, even if it's 3 sales, even if it's 1 sale, negotiate. Always. Has to be in your mind, you always have to lower the prices. Think like a cheap motherfucker with these Chinese motherfuckers because they're the same, right? No disrespect to them. I love my Chinese motherfuckers. I have good Chinese motherfuckers that are supplying me. We talk all the time. We get on calls all the time. My G's, right? But always negotiate. Even now, they give me a quote, I negotiate. Fuck them. I need to make more money. And I know they're taking a lot of money, a lot of percentage anyways already from it. So always try to negotiate and lower the prices down, right? This is very important. And a couple other parts or a couple other things that you need to do, why you also need to change supplier, is probably your supplier, the one you got, I don't know how you got them, but if you're doing 10k a month or if you're just got the 10k a month, you're probably not at the highest spot with supplier. You're not going to have the best connection with people that are going to give you the best suppliers, or you're not going to be accepted by the best suppliers because you're doing way too low numbers. So I would say try to change suppliers, try to figure out different suppliers, have 10 suppliers in your phone, text all of them the same motherfucking product that's going good for you. Try to see what prices they're going to give. Then, most importantly, do quality checks. Brother, this is fucking important. I've done this mistake so many times because I didn't really know too much about it. Do quality checks because you need it. You need to have good quality products. Ask them for a picture. Ask them for a video. Let them show the inside. Let them show the buttons. Let them show the stitching. Whatever the fuck you have on your product, let them show you. You have to. Very important, because if you don't, you're gonna get disputes, you're gonna get unhappy customers, you're gonna get probably your payment process on hold or in reserve because people are gonna dispute on Shopify or on PayPal or on Klarna or whichever the fuck you're using. You're gonna get fucked over. Stripe also, you're gonna get fucked over. You need good quality. And also, very important with your supplier, communication. Now, reason being, you guys are probably all having this without knowing. So I want you guys, after watching this video, because this is going to be one of the last points anyway, after watching this video, I want you to go and ask your supplier about this. Because they probably told you, oh, this product is only 7 to 10 days shipping, right? They didn't tell you the lead time. They didn't tell you the processing time. They didn't tell you anything along those lines. And then you even have the shipping times. Ask them, what is the lead time of this product? What is the processing time? What is the manufacturing time? What is the time for shipping? So ask them also when, let's say if we order today, if I pay an order today, when would it arrive at the customer? Ask that, or check back with your tracking links. Because you're gonna probably see these motherfuckers are taking way too long. Always push them, always check in with them, because a lot of times, because they also, you have to understand this, these motherfuckers are talking to so many people. It's not going to be easy for them to think to themselves, oh, of course, let me just think about this guy. Let me think, oh, Burak, yeah, of course, oh. They're not going to do that. They're just going to go based off of whoever is texting them, right? So my fucking nose is itchy shit for some reason. They're going to go off of who's texting them. So also spam them. Very important. Spam the fuck out of them. Fuck them. Spam them. Because your customers are going to be spamming you. And if you don't spam these motherfuckers, you're going to get a lot of spam emails from your customers and also a shitload of spam disputes or chargebacks. They're going to fuck you over. Believe it or not, in the long run, you don't want any chargebacks or any disputes at all. So the easier or the earlier you fix your problems with your backend, which is going to be basically the good quality checks, etc., the easier it's going to be for you to scale to 50K a month or beyond 50K a month. Now, when you do that also, I don't remember what was the third point I was talking about. What was it? With your supplier? Prices, yeah, negotiating, very important. What else can I say? Oh yeah, packaging. Also something very important. So when you are, especially if you're trying to go... Anyways, if you're trying to go a bit more branded side, or if you're already doing branded, right? Or if you have like a general fashion store, for example, tell your supplier to put your packaging in custom packaging, for example. And I seriously mean this. If you already deliver with custom packaging, a thank you card in there, a little bit of tags, this and that, blah, 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 just a little bit extras, believe me, if you would get 10 disputes, probably 6 or 7 of them are probably not going to dispute already because of the packaging experience. A couple of them are going to still because shit quality or whatever the fucking the reason may be. Everyone is going to dispute anyway. There's some motherfuckers out there that just order to see it and then they're like, oh, I don't want it anymore. This is what I mean with the emails, boys. This is why I can never do email support, customer support. I would be like, you fucking cunt. I would go crazy at them. Anyways, getting back to the point, I digress. When you do that, people are going to open the packaging instead of getting some fucking cheap AliExpress packaging in plastic. Like, what the fuck? They're going to have to rip it apart. They open it as like in some fucking wrinkly ass bag. Instead of doing that, if you have a good packaging where it basically says your logo, it's a bit of a hazy bag, for example, right? For fashion, of course. And you basically have the zipper. You don't have to open the zipper. There's a thank you card in there. It says thank you for ordering, 10% discount, blah, 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 etc., etc. The experience is already there. That's already going to improve it a shitload. That is one. Now, for branded dropshipping, it depends on what type of product you're running. But if I had to say, for example, a supplement. I don't have any supplements around here, but a supplement. Let's say you're selling pills, gummies, capsules, whatever. Try to put your own logo on there. Now with supplements, a lot of the times you won't really have to have too many packaging issues, except for the external packaging itself, as in, is it gonna come in some shit wrinkly package again, or whatever, is it gonna come in a box or anything, right? That's one. But with branded dropshipping, a lot of times, because you are running as a branded dropshipping store, right? The packaging of the product itself is already gonna be there. So an example is like, let's say this is like these Vital gummies, this Goldie supplement, or I don't know, some fucking makeup bullshit or whatever you're running, some supplement brand, gummy brand, capsules, whatever. It's already gonna come in this, except it's not gonna say Red Bull. It's gonna say nothing. That's it. You're gonna get this can just without the Red Bull. Now you just want to put here, instead of Red Bull, you put Bull Red, whatever your brand name is. That's the only difference you can really make with branded dropshipping. And with branded dropshipping, it's more important on the back end to focus on, again, the emails. To make sure with your supplier that you know when it's gonna arrive, that you know when it's gonna be sent out, and that you let your customers know when they will have their order, when it's already shipped out, and keep them updated on their order. Very fucking important. Now, recap, test more, do more, reach higher fucking numbers so you can see that it's going to be possible. Get your first virtual assistant once you're already doing 10K a month, which is going to be your customer support, customer emails, blah, blah, blah. And negotiate with your supplier, fix your supplier, all that stuff I already said about it. It's been 41 minutes. Kind of done. My fucking nose is itchy. Fuck. Anyway, that's going to be it for the video. My nose is itchy. I don't do cocaine or anything, just Red Bull. But my nose is extremely itchy for some reason. So let me actually make a thumbnail. No, that's not gonna be a thumbnail. It has nothing to do with 10 to 50K a month. Anyways, Red Bull is sixth tip, because I already believe I had like a fifth tip in there, which was don't be gay. Last one. Sixth tip. More fucking caffeine in your body. Caffeine is going to boost the fuck out of your business. That's it for the video. Yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else. If you want to join the coaching, link down below. Ciao.